State University, and this should be a dandy. The senior, Alan Freed from Oklahoma State, as you see, 25-0. He's currently in the middle of a huge winning streak, and he's going against a precocious freshman, Justin Ware of Nebraska, who's right in and takes Freed down.
I'll tell you, Ware, he's only a freshman from Arkansas City. Kansas again, here we are with the Kansas. But he's won 21 of the last 22 matches. He's only lost in those 22 coming against this man right here, Alan Freed, in the National Dual Championships.
Freed has won 59 in a row. He's 25-0 this year, two-time NCAA runner-up. And frankly, he's only had two matches, I think, all year that have gone a regular decision. All the rest have been Tech Falls major decisions, and one of them was a 12-9 wild one against Justin Ware at the National Duel. Ware just a freshman, keep in mind, and Freed a fifth-year senior.
Well, we have two different styles here. In Nebraska wrestler, we've got someone that's a freshman, everything to gain, you know, nothing to lose really. He's a great athlete. He loves to scramble. Then we've got Freed, he's a wrestler. I mean, he was born to wrestler, his stature's for wrestler, and he has really proven himself as one of the best wrestlers to come out of the Oklahoma State program ever.
Justin Ware likes to scramble. As you said, he's a bit unorthodox in some things that he does, but boy, as I like to say, he's got great hips. He's got such great flexibility and power through the hips, as does Alan Freed. And we'll see if that 12-9 was a fluke by the freshman up at Lincoln. I don't think it was. I think Ware is going to be a standout.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it was a fluke, and I don't believe Freed thinks it was a fluke either. I think Freed's given him respect and prepared that way. I think Ware might be underestimated by a lot of other people, though.
Freed, a nice takedown there. He takes the lead 3-2. As a senior, didn't seem to panic when he got taken down early. You know, I believe, other than Ware, Freed has maybe only given up one other takedown all year, it seems like. I mean, he's just almost impossible to take down.
You know, this reminds me of when Alan Freed was a freshman going up against the seniors and the people that he wasn't supposed to beat. He wasn't scared. This is exactly what I feel about Justin Ware. He's right where Alan Freed was, is as good as Alan Freed was at that time, and has that same look in his eye. Going against that senior, 4 years difference, and he says, hey, you're going to have to beat me. He says, you know, I'm no pushover here, and even though I'm only a freshman.
Ware, one of those Kansans we talked about. Alan Freed from University Heights, Ohio, one of the great programs in high school wrestling. Two-time NCAA runner-up. Lost a couple of times to a guy named Tom Brands, who wasn't too bad. And a couple of very good matches. Freed's a two-time Big 8 champ. And as we said, has won 59 straight matches dating back to the NCAA finals in '92 when he lost to Tom Brands.
Of course, Tom Brands winning a world championship this last year, and the aspirations of Alan Freed are certainly international wrestling, Olympic World Championship, and so he has no intentions of stopping this year at all. In fact, I just kind of feel like in his thoughts, this is preparatory to be under the tutelage of the man you're looking at right there, John Smith.
Right.
Probably, arguably, one of the greatest wrestler ever to come out of the United States, he and Dan Gable.
Absolutely, and Freed in tight on a double leg, takes Ware down, almost has him on his back. That was really great quickness and strength there by Freed. 5-3, Freed now leading after falling behind 2-0 early. 15 seconds left, first period. Justin Ware slowed it down just a bit, but watch, I was trying to say, he'll try something underneath. He tries to roll through, tries to Granby. Freed he'll try switch, he'll Granby, he'll elevator, he'll do about everything, won't he, underneath?
Well, he has the tools, he's just got an arsenal full, but the one thing about Justin Ware is you will not see him quit at all in the 7 minutes. He's got great condition, he's funky enough to come up with a 2 or 4 point move just like that, and
sometimes the other guy's saying, where did that come from? You know, what was that?
Earlier takedown this period for Alan Freed. Look, just off the 2-on-1 post, he comes into the opposite side, gets in on a single, cuts off to a double. Now he drives through. He's got control of the hips. When you can control the opponent's hips, it's all over. That's why he's able to continue this for the 2 points.
And Freed takes down to start the second, and it just pops free in 1 second. Ware didn't look too serious about holding him. So it's now 6-3, and Freed's back in again. Got Ware in some trouble at the edge. If he can pull him back on.
He knows, he's got such savvy. He knows where the edge of the mat is. He knows what positions he is, and that was really close to being 2 points, but they called it off the mat right there. Freed keeps great position.
We should point out that Alan Freed, Nick Perler, Pat Smith, 3 huge reasons why Oklahoma State is in the position it's in this year as the #1 ranked team. All of those guys could have left last year when the probation came. In fact, Alan Freed, of course, just lost a year of the NCAA tournament. He was, he'd already had a redshirt year, so Pat Smith was able to redshirt. But these guys stayed around because of John Smith primarily, and they have put Oklahoma State probably in the driver's seat still, although we haven't mentioned it yet. Joey Wildison, the Cowboys' third-ranked 118-pounder, again failed to make weight about Tuesday or Wednesday. He apparently left the team, took off. They haven't seen him since then, and is ranked third in the nation. So that brings Oklahoma State back to the field a bit nationally, although they may still have about a 20-point edge right now if you go strictly by rankings.
Well, and one of the reasons that they're still ahead right there now. So, for national champions, and their 5 finalists here in the Big 8 are a lot different than OU's 6 finalists. The 5 finalists that are here for Oklahoma State could also be 5 finalists for the NCAAs. That makes a big difference in the strength of a team.
And Alan Freed feels very comfortable on his feet with the way this match has gone after these takedowns. He's had 3 now, and I thought he was going to cut Ware, but he changed his mind. Ware rolls free anyway, and Freed seems to think, I've got him on his feet now. I own him on his feet, and I believe it should be H4, unless, yeah, now they put the point up. And Freed feels like he's in control on his feet. Showed the shot of John Smith just a few moments ago. Was 2-time Olympic gold medalist. He won about 6 world titles.
More than any United States wrestler ever.
Sullivan Award winner in 1990, only wrestler ever winning the Sullivan Award.
A lot of onlys when you look at John Smith, and that's why he's one of a kind.
And of course, a little later on, we'll see Pat Smith as he tries to continue on his mark to become an only, the only 4-time NCAA champion. That'll be exciting in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. By the way, that tournament March 17th, 18th, and 19th at the University of North Carolina should be a great one.
Well, Pat Smith's already won more NCAA titles than, or as many as John and his brother Leroy and John have won together. And so if he can win a 4th one, he'll win more NCAA titles than both his brothers combined.
15 seconds left, second period, down to 10 now. Freed with the 8-4 lead. Has fairly well taken control and seems to have shut Ware's offense down a little bit, Tim. As we go down to the buzzer at the end of the second period, Justin Ware's got to get something started again.
Well, I think, and I also think this is a compliment to Justin Ware a bit. I think Alan Freed took very seriously the attack that Ware made on him. I think he's prepared for him, and he says, I've got to be at my top game to beat this guy. Well, Alan Freed in top form is possibly unbeatable.
He's close to it in the collegiate level. I think you're probably right. As Ware, one of his nice little rolls, he's out of there with the roll, and he almost has Freed taken down, but he goes off the mat.
We got something wrong with Freed's shoulder, and I don't know whether it's a pinched nerve or what, but it looked painful.
You know, did he not do that at Lincoln in the same match against Ware? It seemed like he did. Watch Ware underneath.
Here he comes. He does a little cast out there, right there, and a little elevator. And now he's just scrambling. And we talked about how good a scrambler he was, and I can't see.
Freed was trying to call time right then. You could see it as soon as they hit the mat. Apparently he landed on it funny. He must have pinched it. Hopefully he didn't knock it down. Hopefully he pinched a nerve.
Worse things to have, too. I mean, it's not like they're season ending or anything, but, man, they bug you, you know? You can't do anything about them if it's a pinched nerve.
Could have been just a stinger, as they call it, and he seemed to be okay. But you could see him trying to signal timeout as soon as they hit the mat, but after that elevator, but they couldn't stop the action right then. So it's 8-5 after the escape. 1:48 left. Justin Ware giving a little encouragement by that.
Man, that's like shooting up against a brick house right there because Freed keeps such good position. He can't get past the hands. We're talking about Ware. You got to get past the hands first and then past the hips. Well, if you can't get past the hands, you're in trouble, and he has not been able to get past the hands except for that first takedown. When I talk about that, that's your first line of defense is the hands, and Freed does a great job.
1:28 to go. 8-5. They go off the mat. I know we keep talking about these Kansas wrestlers. You don't usually see 4 in the Big 8 finals, but some schools don't recruit the Kansas wrestlers that much. They don't feel their high school wrestling is that great, but there have been some fine ones to come out of there, like Justin Ware and Melvin Douglas out of Topeka. And let's see, we got one here from McPherson tonight, which is got to be a first from McPherson, Kansas, to produce a Big 8 finalist. That was kind of a shock, I think, to most people. And Jeremy Lay, the Missouri heavyweight, is from Hiawatha, Kansas. So the state of Kansas producing some fine wrestlers. Oh, Freed almost ripped him over.
And a lesser athlete would have been in trouble right there, but Ware is such an athlete, he was able to roll through, come out, and face Freed. It's tough going for Freed, but he is executing quite well and keeping good position, and Ware's just not able to score on him since that first time.
And one thing it seems to me Alan Freed's been doing this period, he's constantly moving and pummeling and shooting. That Justin Ware is having to spend most of his time right now worrying about Alan Freed's attack
Dodging bullets.
instead of attacking himself.
He's dodging a lot of bullets, and you give him credit, but when you can only dodge so many, you can't win spending a match dodging bullets.
Uh-oh, we got a little poke in the eye. I think Ware caught one finger perhaps in the eye, but I'm sure he'll be all right there. For a wrestler, that's just a minor inconvenience. Some of the rest of us would be in tears, of course, now, leaving the building. Oh, he's in on the leg, but Ware right out of it. Boy, look at the motion of these two guys.
They just keep going. Sometimes Ware, he probably doesn't even know what he's doing. He just gets in there and goes.
Got the head posted. There's Freed. And
see, Freed's very deliberate. He knows what he's doing all the time. He was able to stuff it, get that takedown right there. That's the difference between those two wrestlers, too. Freed, very deliberate, very calculating, and very good.
10-5 the lead, 19 seconds to go. Freed about to go over a minute in riding time. He's got 56 seconds. If his coaches alert him to that, he'll try to hold on for at least 4 seconds here. But then I would expect to see him cut Ware, because Ware can do some pretty goofy things underneath.
Come on.
Not much time left for Ware to do anything.
10-5, 11-5 with the riding time now assured. 5 seconds left. Ware trying to turn back in. Freed trying to wrist lock, trying for the near fall. Doesn't get it, but does get an 11-5 championship victory and a third straight Big 8 championship for Alan Freed at 142 pounds. But a good match by Justin Ware.
Well, I think Alan Freed is peaking at the right time. He's primed to win the NCAA title this year.
Well, at 142, Alan Freed, the champion. The Cowboys have picked up a couple of them now, and they've got Jacob Newby at 150 coming out, ranked number 4 in the nation, and he'll go against Timor Terry of the Nebraska Cornhuskers, another true freshman.